Hey guys, my name is Logan Andor Frost, and welcome back to Destiny. Holy shit, there may be an actual pretty big amount of people that do have like zero idea how much Destiny I played on my channel. Because it was only around the time when Destiny kind of, well, never really settled down, but basically other games came out, I covered those games, and that's where my audience kind of became. The Destiny thing never really took off for me. But regardless, I love this game to tears, and if any of you guys remember this location, I think I did like maybe 500, 400, 200, something like that, videos where we introed it right here, because this spot is like, I was like, I fucking love these birds. These birds are gonna be staying here. But today, since Destiny 2 is coming out, not coming out tomorrow, but the beta is coming out tomorrow for the people on PS4. So I'm going to be playing it, of course. I'm bringing you guys content on that. But how I want to handle Destiny is kind of the way I handled it towards the end of when I stopped making it. And honestly, all my videos are kind of like this now, of putting aside the Let's Plays. But they're kind of like videos that are contained within themselves, so you don't need to see part 1, 2, or 3. I don't like that. I don't like having a part tied to a video because it makes it intimidating, because if you're like 5 parts in, the person's like, ah shit, I have to watch this much of that. Ugh. So I don't want to do that. So how I will handle Destiny in the future is I might do a stream where we actually go through the campaign, but I think for the most parts, yeah, I think I'm going to experience it on like my own terms, going through the story and all that other stuff, maybe doing the very last mission just to get my general thoughts. That'd be fun. Yeah, recording 3 missions, in the beginning, the middle, and then the ends. Yeah, that may be fun, and then compiling it into one video. Huh. Anyways, regardless, things like that just kind of give you the main focus is to be a good video, not to be like a good showcase of the story. So yeah, that's what I'm going for. Also, yes, I am Ranger Man, because I started playing Destiny again when the Christmas update came along. It was awesome, but sadly I was not able to finish the last raid, and at this point I'm not going to. The reason why is because my raid team kind of disbanded and etc., which is shitty, but what can you do? Apparently in Destiny 2 though, they're making precautions to where that's supposed to happen less, and I went on and on about how much I'm excited for Destiny 2, and this video, by the way, is basically just a trip down memory lane. I wanted to share with you guys, well actually what spawned it is somebody asked me on my Twitch live stream, what was your favorite gun from Destiny? And I was like, oh shit, I have so many, because it just so many stories that this game spawns, especially when it comes to like something that holds you up. And unlike Borderlands and all these other games, guns actually, I think, in Destiny have a little bit more meaning because of the fact that there are not like 1,000 of them, like in Borderlands. So it's pretty easy for people to kind of like realize why you're like, this is my baby. But anyways, also my character, as you guys can see, I never got to 400 light, which is shitty. Again, I wasn't able to do the raids, and since I wasn't able to do the raids, I kind of just dipped off because I couldn't really experience the game. The part that I paid for with the raid purchase, also, why do I not have this damn thing on my back? Damn it, I bumper jump. I went super ham into Destiny, so much so that I had to rework my brain so I could bumper jump and shoot. It was a whole thing. But anyways, guys, please tell me in the comments what your favorite gun from Destiny 2 is. I think you're with me when I say this. It's way more complicated than that. I have like 5 guns that just I wish so dearly I could keep. Even if it's just on display, I would be happy, because they're just memories. So first of all, I still have this old bastard that required the classic material bullshit leveling that was really just grindy and placed there to be grindy, but this gun is called the Devil You Know. It has a bastard brother that is the Devil You Don't or something like that. It just sucks. Anyways. I got this beauty when I was first starting out, which is awesome. I have this one, which makes it so I can aim and look around a little bit faster, which is pretty cool. Also, I think it lets you like pull it out faster, yeah. But anyways, I have this one, Return to Sender. Kills with this weapon have a chance of granting bonus ammo to the magazine. This was invaluable because hand cannons, especially back in the day, were just beasts. Like, they were awesome, and if you got critical hits consistently, you could one-shot everything, and the fact that I could just keep getting a bigger clip is awesome. Anyways, just gonna increase the damage, blech. Explosive rounds, I love this so much. Also, I got lucky with a perfect balance if I wanted stability, which of course I didn't, because explosive rounds, hell yeah. And then life support, this is the thing that kept me alive. I think they changed it though. It no longer gives you like health, it just gives you ammo and reload speed. Blech. Oh yeah, also it lets you recover, so like when you're low in health, it can pull you back a little bit, which is awesome. So like this gun, especially when you're first starting out, is amazing. So this thing carried me as far as you can think, and I loved it to tears. But of course, the game had like a stupid thing where it's like you can't carry your weapons anymore, and you have to leave them behind. And I was like, why? Why isn't the whole point about having a weapon that you grow an attachment to it, etc.? Like, sure, you're gonna jump around, but you always have your baby, you know what I mean? So I never really liked how they did that. I realized that there should be new weapons you go for, which is fine. Having my baby doesn't take me away from having nephews. Like all of these other things I really want to make sure I get, etc. Whatever, sounds creepy. Anyways, oh, we got Hopscotch Pilgrim, which was the only reason I was able to win trials at one point. And then we have this. This is also one of the guns that is very, very important because it was basically the best PvE shotgun at some point. And I loved it to tears. It was amazing. Essentially, it's an automatic shotgun that just does insane work. It had one of the highest fire rates in the game completely, but if you also had a roll on it that allowed it to be fully automatic, dude, you had an automatic shotgun, and it was amazing. And of course, I had stability, which made it so it kicked less. And then of course, I had my favorite perk, which is Army of One, which is when I get a kill, I get my abilities back faster. Which every build I have is focused around grenades and all that other shit. So it just worked out really well. So that was one of the guns that meant something to me as well. But with that being said, I still have my favorite. As much as I love this one, as much as I love the Hopscotch for its own reasons, as much as I love the Devil You Know for being by my side, sounds creepy, but by my side the entire step of the way. I sound like a Satanist. Anyways, moving on. Where's the other ones? I feel like I'm missing one. I'm gonna see it in editing and be like, damn it, that one meant so much, or had a cool story to it or something. Yeah, and then of course I have this one, which is just kind of nice to have. It's automatic, which is awesome because it spits out lead like insane, and then also I get stability. This was once really good, and then they nerfed him, and then it's not so good. But anyways, for those of you guys who watch my channel for a long time, I constantly went on about this weapon because I loved it to tears. I wonder if you guys remember it. You guys could just lie to me, but tell me if you remember it. My favorite gun in all of Destiny and all of the countless hours I dumped into this game because I just like the loop. I find it fun, I don't find it gets old, and if it does, it's the perfect game to do something else while playing it, like streaming or watching a podcast or watching a YouTube video, etc. But my favorite gun of all time is the NL Shadow 701X, or most just call it Death. God, I love this thing. And this was around the time when you could re-roll stuff, which I love to tears. It made, if you were a normal gamer, you loved this. If you were a streamer, this was your bane because you got everything instantly, and that immediately became the general public's problem. I hated that shit. So many people were like, re-rolling is godly, and it's overpowered. It's like, dude, you play the game for 6 hours every day. I got like 3. I got 3 every other day. Not fair. Not fair that you're comparing your situation to mine. Shit. You're not in the majority. Anyways, moving on. So I hated that. But anyways, this was at the time when re-rolling was a thing. So that every weapon you had, all that really mattered was this. The base stats. So I was like, oh. Okay, well, first of all, I'm charmed by the quote, most just call it death, because it's just like, oh yeah, you're a badass and you know it. Anyways. And then, of course, it's got insane fire rate. It's got decent impact, it's got a shit ton of range, it's got decent stability, and it's got good reload speed. And it's got like a crazy big-ass clip. So I was like, okay, the stats look amazing. Let me re-roll it. So I reforged it, that's what it's called, sorry. And I reforged it like 6 times, and I finally got one that I was like, this actually looks pretty good. Because eventually you start to memorize all the perks and how they can play in conjunction. Anyways, so the only problem with guns like this is these scopes. The scopes were extremely annoying because it kind of, a scout rifle being automatic is awkward, like it jumps around a ton and the stability is almost necessary. But if you have a scope like this, for whatever reason, the recoil was perfect. It never bothered me and it was great. So anyways, has a really high fire rate. Now you take off the having to pull the trigger constantly. Boom, fully auto, awesome. And now you give it the ability to explode, which for those of you guys who do not know, explosive rounds juggles the enemy, basically putting them into stun. And if you're playing multiplayer, it throws Guardian's sights off of you every time you get a hit. And my favorite perk, Army of One. You get your abilities back faster, so if you're a hunter that plays with their grenades a ton, or even better, a warlock, boom. And God, was this thing just my favorite thing on the planet. And then they're like, hey, guess what? You get nothing. You don't get to take this anymore. You don't get to take this with you. Yeah, there's a new DLC, The Taken King. Fuck all of your old shit. Eat a bag of dicks, you're not taking it forward. And then the next DLC that came out, the last one, they were like, oh yeah, by the way, now you can like, you can change your guns up and stuff and level them up and bring them over to like the proper light. And then I'm like, can I bring this one? And then they just punched me right in the mouth and like, shut the fuck up. You don't get to take that thing back. And I was like, why? The other shit's able to get to the next level. Why can't this? Anyway, so this is my favorite gun of all time. You know, we're gonna take it. I want to play with it. And we're probably gonna die because we're gonna be going into levels that don't accept it because it's, yeah. As of my favorite exotic, I don't fucking know, guys. There's so many. Actually, no, it's bullshit. I do know. My favorite exotic. I think I have two. I think I have three. Okay. My favorite exotic in total has got to be the very first exotic I got, which I lucked out completely, and is the Icebreaker. This bad boy regenerates ammunition and has high impact, so it was the best for doing strikes, and damn did I love doing strikes, so it worked out perfectly for me. I was also one of those people that didn't get the Gjallarhorn until they basically just gave it to us for a week from Zerg. So fun. Anyways, my other favorite weapon that is a little more recent is this bad boy right here, the Chaperone. I love this thing. For whatever reason, they nerfed it, kind of, sort of. And yeah, I used to take this thing into the trials when it was out. And damn, did I cleaned up shop with this. But to me, it was my favorite thing because it was, if you were able to be close but also be accurate with precision kills, dude, you would pop off. But then they patched it because people kept complaining about shotguns being over fucking powered, when now they're just basically a melee weapon, which doesn't make any fucking sense. When a sniper can be like halfway across the map, has the luxury of being out of your range and etc., can still shoot you twice in the body and kill you. But no, you're right. A person that has to get like 2 feet from you, you're fucked. It's not like a warlock has a badass melee attack that can reach you and hit you twice. You're right, shotguns are the problem. Fucking ridiculous. Anyways. And then of course the other one that I love to tears is actually on my character right there. This badass thing is awesome. It is a sword for one, and it looks like just a sword. It's kind of like a cool sword. But also it's like blue, and I love that color. But mainly it is the fact that when you do your ultra hit on it, it summons a warlock's lightning grenade. And if you play Night Stalker, you launch a bow down on the ground, you hit someone with this, dude, everything's dead, and it's great. As of the weapons I currently have equipped, this one's just good for killing bosses, and this one actually is kind of like the devil, for me, except it's a little bit better when it comes to stability and all the other things, target acquisition, that kind of thing. But we're running out of time. We're gonna be jumping into some quick matches of, not PvP, because Lord knows that's not happening. We're gonna be jumping into some missions. Let's go get bounties. In fact, I think my bounties are full, so never mind. They're sure full. Oh wait, we have some of these. No, it's just reputation. No. As of my favorite, exotic armor piece, it's gotta be 2. Actually, no, fuck that, this one wins. I love these sealed Amahara grasps. God, I love it. You have like fucking demon claws. It's the best. I don't really use them because I'm using this one because I just probably wanted to fuck around. Do I have another pair of shoes that are the same level? Of course not. Okay, nothing is leveled either. That's kind of okay, I guess. Sealed Amahara grasps. Hell yeah. Anyways, my other favorite exotic that I was kind of like, maybe, is the Bones of Io. Love them to tears. They're simplistic, but yet make the best part about the hunter even better. Let's go jump into some strikes. As of my love for Gjallarhorn, it's like loving someone that never loved you back, basically. AKA 90% of the relationships. Boom! I don't know. Was that sad? Probably. I'm depressing. I'm sad inside. Well, also, it didn't make any sense. 90% of like relationships in general. Are you kidding me? That's a bit much. We'll just get carried. Anyone who still plays this game is like God, so we're fine. I'm gonna be horrible, just so you guys know. I'm gonna be the fucking worst. Because again, this game requires some accuracy, nothing insane. Oh wait, this is the Nightfall? I mean, who is playing this one though? Let's be honest. I mean, I guess this is normal, so we should be able to compete. And I just want to kind of mess around, not really go crazy. Fuck me, I'm roasting. It's all this hype. It's boiling me alive. Or the coffee I just downed because I was like, I don't want it to go to waste. Can you guys see my fucking chest? I hate that shit. Is this better? It's like right on my Adam's apple. I got a fucking giant Adam's apple. It makes me want to gag when someone's like, like, what? Oh, that reminds me of watching some like kung fu things because I'm an asshole trying to like do martial arts at home by myself without doing it with a professional. Anyways, that's sad. But you see, in the midst of trying to find videos for that, I just seen like a horror show of the other side of martial arts, where it's people just like throwing their palm of their hands at people's throats to like strengthen their their Adam's apple or whatever, and it's just awful. It's just like, oh. And it's not even the worst. The worst of it's monks that are, the whole point of like Kung Fu, and even, I'm not sure if it's called Kung Fu, there's like a special term for like the ones that monks use. Qigong, I don't know fucking what it's called. But it's basically, they're like, monks believe in hardening every part of their body, including their balls and dick. So they're just having other monks that are relentless just knee them and just throw their legs into balls, and it's just relentless. And it's brutal. It's just, it hurts to watch. It's one of those. I'm not sure how long we will use this weapon for, because it's extremely under light level, and also it got nerfed. Like, that's the whole thing with Destiny, that everyone, I think it's the biggest problem I think a lot of people have with Destiny, is the fact that it's the same shit that Let It Die does, which they mend PvE with PvP, except Let It Die is a shit show when it mends those two together. It's like, you get like smashed in the face by a dumpster. It's one of those kinds of like, what? Like, so confusing but horrible. I don't remember how to play this game, guys. Never mind, it's become instinctual. It's kind of fucked up. Okay. Look at those plebs up there. Not knowing to skip all the bullshit because it's useless. Or if you have the bones of Io, you can double jump and get past this faster. Or if you're a Titan, you can Titan skate over there. Ooh, dude. The memories, nostalgia. I mean, kinda. It's not wrong. Gonna come out right there. But yeah, people I think really hated the fact that PvP and PvE were balanced in the same way, which everyone was like, no. Like, there's no problem. You guys see what I mean? You see what I mean? God, I miss this thing. Maybe that's why they nerfed it, is because it was a bit dumb. Well, now it's not so dumb because yeah, it isn't Viz yet. As soon as I just break through his shield, we're probably okay. That was in Viz. God damn it. Yeah, if we were to go to like lower levels, we would like be, oh god, ow. We'd be like instant shooting people to a certain extent. But we're not, because yeah, they're like 46 and this weapon doesn't do that much damage in the slightest. There's still like base weapon damage, which is why you're not able to use your old weapons, which is shit. Also, I love sidestepping like lasers. Like, if you just memorize the right pattern and your thumb, you're just sitting there juking all these lasers. Ah, man. Aha! Boom. Nice. Fucking get no-scoped, kid. Oh, god damn it. Nice, you killed him. Well, guys, as much as I love a trip down memory lane, bad idea. So we're gonna be taking, it's kind of similar, but not even close. It's like, doesn't have the same type of like ferocity when it comes to fire rate, which of course is shitty. What can you do? Bastard. Damn it. There we go, we got him. Yeah, it kind of has a similar fire rate, not as much of course, nor is it explosives, which kills it for me, but hey. Ow. Ow. Whew. Nailed it. A well-placed grenade. Grenade can make all the difference in the world. I'm so sorry. This is the stupidest thing. I didn't mean to do that. Why do you lock on? Oh, fuck, ow, ow. Nice. Also, I love the scope on this thing. Like, I like how it doesn't have a scope, it's just this. Which, yes, it is just a repurposed version of the No Land Beyond sniper scope. Dude, I was here. I might not have made videos of Destiny, but I was still existing in that environment and that community forever. Because I love it. Honestly, the Destiny community has always been like just fucking amazing. Also, really hates shotguns in Crucible when, again, snipers are able to exist. Anyways. Just because people use them less does not mean there's an issue. Okay. Get so many people disagreeing with me on that. Please do not, kinda did it. That should do it for you. Missed, kinda. All that. Throwing Krillin discs everywhere. I thought I got that. See, if I was doing this seriously, I would just skip everything because I just want my interior reward. Is that fucked up? Probably. Definitely, probably. We are killing everything. Da, 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 da. Go ahead, get in your turtle mode. Oh, something horrible is spawning. God help us. Ow, ow, ow. It's too much. Shit, damn it. Listen, in my defense, I haven't played the game in a while, alright? Don't look at me right now. There we go. Oh, this is where it gets kind of busy. Not really difficult, just kind of like it's a lot going on. So the commentary is going to be the next level. Come on, a grenade. God damn it, I need smoke grenades. I don't think I'll need to go and viz anytime soon. Says the guy who just went down a couple seconds. Don't worry about it. That takes away your shield. Die in fire. Oh, I was gonna melee you. I didn't kill you? Well, dude's like, why are you here? You're fucking over leveled and shit? Maybe not. He probably is higher light than me. He is very nice. He's 350. Yeah, no, I'm a little bit higher than him. That doesn't really mean anything though. I love when people do this. Seizures, basically. We can melt him down if we try hard enough, my dude. Come on. Oh, I'm out of stuff. God damn it. Ew. I took some chunks out of him, I hope. Ow. Let's melee him. No scoped. I don't even know where I am. Fuck me, I'm just a hair off. You got him, dude. You're killing it. Nice. Go in. A female Titan's fucking kicking ass. Nice. God, hammers are powerful. I got a little void bow that locks you down for 2 seconds and does minimal damage. It's my favorite argument when people are like, hunters are overpowered. It's like, eat a cock. You fucking cuck. Don't talk. You fucking cuck. Are you shitting me? You have like twice our golden gun bullets, except in the form of hammers that do AoE damage on a base level. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me right now? Also, they track people down. Eat a bag of dick. But it's hit scan. But yours tracks people down and it's like, it gets there in like half the time, basically. Calm down. And it's AoE. Chill out. These were all the unpopular opinions I had when Destiny was alive, and I was just like, I probably shouldn't say anything because bad things are gonna come my way. But I want to get like bazooka ammo before I go in there. Might be a bad call. Yep. Oh, I'm out of all of my ammunition. Good. This is all I got for you guys right now. Maybe we should change guns. Let's try to use my hand cannon, although it's gonna take all of the ammunition away from me, which is great. Love it. Oh man, I miss hand cannons. Yeah. I wasn't involved. We just switched guns and barely got to use it, but yeah, this gun I also lucked out on. I did luck out on like a few, but man, we're like, just so you guys know, you guys are like, man, you got so lucky. That's me getting lucky and more so me just grinding for the best, because you can't actually grind for certain guns, etc. Like for instance, the Hopscotch Pilgrim. Don't even get me started on how much times I had to farm for it. Or we even had like a whole series where I was just trying to get the devil you know. It was a whole thing. I came back every week and was defeated because I didn't I like leveled up my factions like 40 times just to get it. I finally got it. It was a bad roll, but I don't give a shit. It was just a memento of how much I love the gun. Anywho, anyways, guys, that was Destiny. That was so much fun, man. Love this game to tears. It's still like that's why I'm so happy about number 2. I know people have their like their issues with number 2. A lot of them, to me, again, I don't face because I just kind of like again, for those guys who do not know, like if you guys have watched any Let It Die, which I think a lot of my audience is on Let It Die, you kind of know where my head's at. Like, if to me, the only issue I have with Let It Die is I see the loop and I don't like the loop. The loop is very much like, again, the risk is nowhere near the reward, whereas Destiny goes from like a different place where it's like the loop is gaining power, the loot is farming for certain guns that look cool, the loop is for getting the perfect roll of the weapon that you want to make your build better. Another part of the loop is just doing strikes for like hours on end that after you do them like 2 or 3 times, they just become nothing. So you can do them in the back of your head just to like basically give yourself something to do. But at the same time, you're still gaining power so that you can take on the challenges ahead, like the raids, etc. I see the loop and I think it's smart, and it's a fair trade for what you're giving it. Whereas Let It Die, to me, again, there's that the risk is nowhere near the worth of reward. And again, Destiny 2, all of the things that there's there, to me are great. The only issue I ever had with Destiny is the microtransactions and the money that you had to pay for the game. Like, it became to the point where I think the game, I must have spent like almost $200 on one video game that was, yeah, and I hate this way of doing microtransactions. It's like buying, it's like the CSGO crates system, where you can buy crates if you want, and you have a chance to get the thing that you want. Which it's just so not pro-consumer in the slightest. I remember Halloween came out, like the Halloween Festival of Lost, and they were like, hey, you can get this special, unique, flaming skull for your hunter or whatever, and I was like, hell yeah, that sounds amazing. So I spent the money, I think the silver pack I got equaled out to about $30, something around there. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get some boxes, hopefully I'll get it, and then I'll buy some stupid emotes. I spent like all of it on boxes and never got it. And to me, it's just like, at that point I realized this is gambling. It's basically gambling within a video game. I hate it. Like, to me, even if you were to charge a little bit more for the one thing, let me buy that one specific thing. I don't want the bullshit. I just want that one thing. So to me, that's the issue I had with Destiny, which to me, how can you combat that? Like, as much as I love to debate, there's not really good debating when that's very not pro-consumer, when you're like, hey, guess what? You have a chance to get the thing you want, but also we threw so much shit in the pot that, let's be honest, you're gonna have to spend a lot more money than you think on buying that, and it's just like, fuck off. Like, I want to support your game and I want to give you money, but why the fuck why do you gotta gouge me? Like, it's not fair. But as of the stuff like, I'll be honest, so many people like to say like the Taken King is where Destiny became Destiny. I think Destiny was fine from the beginning, and I know that's like such a shitty, unpopular opinion, but to me, I thought Destiny was fine. I thought the story sure was not the best, but to me it was still cool. I love the idea of the stranger playing a part in this big roller coaster ride, etc. And hearing in Destiny 2 that they're scrapping the stranger and basically the story of Destiny 1 is a bit disheartening. I kind of like the idea of, and if you guys haven't seen this or heard this, in Destiny 1, apparently the person that was making the story got laid off or quit or something like that, but his original intent was for the Traveler to be the bad guy eventually. And honestly, the story of Destiny kind of is still leading us down that way, because the Traveler is just a ball in the sky. People tell us he's good or bad, but ultimately we look behind him and it's just a bunch of these fallen races that hate him for some reason. Why would they hate him? And when you kill a lot of the people in this game, they die with light leaving their body. So it's kind of like implies that maybe the Traveler gave them his light. And the idea of the Traveler, in the theory of this, is that the Traveler goes to system to system, gives some advanced or semi-advanced people his technology. He sees how they use it and how it affects them and what they do with it, and then he basically just wipes them out. Does a lot of damage, rips all his technology from them, and walks away. And that's how he does. He constantly keeps moving on, constantly keeps trying to become better. That's the idea behind the Traveler. And again, we don't ever hear him speak, so who's to say he's not a horrible person? And people think that's where the series is still going to go, and I really hope it does. I think that'd be really cool. Not in Destiny 2. I doubt they're going to even tap that in this game. They may allude to the fact that the Traveler is not as kind as we make him out to be just because he gives us light and etc. Cheating death is not like... See, to me that's very going against the natural order of things. Anyways, not the point. I think in Destiny 3, if we ever do get to that game, it will be like, hey, guess what? Traveler's a fucking asshole, and here's the darkness, and that's going to be our new skill powers, is the darkness, or whatever that entails, which we already can kind of do with Void, but Void is like a very controlled light, apparently, or like dark balance, whatever. Like it's a mixture of the dark and the bad. So to me, again, I really hope Destiny goes down that route at some point. But anyways, what I was getting at, and I got a little bit off track, was that I actually love Destiny, the story, the multiplayer, the loop, the stuff. I thought Destiny was like a 9 out of 10 game, even without the expansions, without the Taken King, without the I still loved the game and the loop. That's why I kind of tried to make my channel based around it. And again, it never really... Well, I think it's like there's many reasons why things aren't successful. To blame one is not fair. Like one, again, there's so many people that did so much stuff with Destiny, and I'll be honest, my content was not special. No one should have been like, yeah, like. But hopefully in the future, I can change that. I can make my videos worth watching. And I feel like that's a big thing that you should learn. Is like sometimes you're holding your hand out when that's something that you shouldn't really be doing. You should be trying to work on why you deserve to have your hand out. So in my instance, that's like, again, having an idea of a video, not just being like, hey, we're gonna play through the story. Like being like, hey, I wanted to showcase my thoughts on what happens when the ending comes, the feelings I feel when the ending does arrive, that hype, etc. But anyways, guys, this video was mainly just supposed to be hype for the beta that's coming out tomorrow. Hopefully I can edit this by tonight. But anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully you stay up till midnight to play Destiny 2, if that's how that works. Anyways, or the beta to Destiny 2. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, subscribe button above me, 2 videos to my right. Expect Destiny 2 beta coverage for damn sure. Bye, guys.